everybody, happy Thursday. I am coming on to do Teach It Thursday, where I'm just going to take on any questions that anyone wants to throw at me. And if we don't have any live viewers or not many questions, then I've got some things I'll talk about, but I want to give the opportunity to just answer anything that might be on your mind. For those that don't know me, my name is Keely Jones. I am part of our Blended Blessings collective team. We're happy to have you here. If you are in this, if you can see this live, or if you're in this group right now, that means that you are supporting at least one of the ambassadors on our team, and so we are grateful for you. We don't allow just anyone in this community. We want it to be special for ladies that have signed up, for our VIP program, that are interested in Acti Labs and in supporting us in this venture. And so I'm just excited to be here. I'm going to invite a couple people that had mentioned that they might be able to come. Let me see here. They change how to do this. I think I chipped a tooth. So I'm just going to go down the list and invite a few of the teammates. Maybe they can share it out. I don't know who's available today. Maybe Miss Catherine might be available. All right, so I've just went down the list and invited like the first few people that I see. All right, I see one eyeball. Hey, let me know who is there. Just comment below. And let me know how this is working too, because I haven't done a live in a while, so I don't even know if it's working right now. Oh my goodness. So again, Teach It Thursday. So this will be a time that we can just tackle all the questions. So while we're waiting on some people to get on, I'm going to tell y'all a few things that I recently learned that might be of interest to you. So we've got new packaging coming with a lot of products. So if you've ordered anything recently, you might have got it in this like, almost looks like a brown paper bag, like the brown box. And it's got the pretty Acti Labs symbol on it there. These are, you can put these in your compost. They're biodegradable. And so we've started a compost. For anyone that doesn't know me, we moved to Florida. We built a house on almost 6 acres of land. And so we're starting to move into like wanting to do the gardens and get chickens and all those things. So we've started a compost a couple months back. And so I've saved these so I can, put those in the compost. And I've read that like you just want to tear them up in little bits, so it's not just big chunks in there. But yeah, so all of these packages can go in your compost bin, which I thought was pretty cool. And so some of the ones that I have here, some recent things I've gotten. The Leave It Conditioning Styling Lotion. I actually put this on right before I came on live. So I took a shower, washed my hair with our pill system. So it's got the shampoo and the conditioning mask, basically conditioner. And I have very crazy hair on its own. If it dries, it's just gonna look kind of frizzy. It's got a natural curl to it, but I have to put product to tame it some. So what I did with this, hey, comment below and let me know who's here. I keep seeing eyeballs, but comments aren't coming up, and it could just be because Facebook is crazy. But I sprayed this on, and I'm just gonna like wrap this up and let it dry kind of natural. But you can, you can dry it with your hair dryer too, and it works that way as well. So that is coming in the new packaging as well. And then some of these, let me find one. When you open the top, it'll have some details up in there. Can y'all see those words right there? I'm going to read it to you. It says, save money, save waste, ask about our eco refill system. So we have a lot of products now that we are going to give refills for. So for example, if you had like a pot, something like this, and then the refill would come in a little pouch, and you would just squeeze that into your existing container. And that way you're not having to like, get new containers over and over. It's also a 10% savings. So it's good for the environment. It's good for your wallet. So I really like that we are doing that as well. Hey, Catherine, how are you? So what's a few more recent ones that I've gotten that are in the new packaging? We've got the Micellar Lotion, which I've actually got right here. This I can use to clean my face. Cheryl actually shared recently about the double cleanse. So that's where you take like a cleansing balm or a makeup remover and you get your makeup off, but then you go back and you actually clean your face. I think a lot of times we think, oh, we got our makeup off, our face is clean. That's like a step one, and then you want to go back in and make sure you're getting everything out of your pores and anything that might be left over. So micellar lotion would be step two of if you're doing a double cleanse for your face, and you just take like a cotton swab or pad and you could rub this all over. What I keep it in here for is I have a lot of our lashes, the magnetic lashes, and this is perfect for cleaning your lashes and the little magnets that are on them because it doesn't have oil in it. If you use something that is oil based, it's going to break those lashes down. They're not going to last quite as long. So this is great for keeping those clean. And I've done like another tutorial about this you may have seen, but I take these kind of things. These are actually lip wands. So they're not your typical, let me show you, I get them on Amazon. They're called, this is a 200-piece disposable lip brush. So like if you wanted to share a lip gloss or a liquid lipstick or something with someone, hey Faye, it's real good for that. But I like to use them for cleaning, hey Lori, for cleaning my lashes are great too. If you've got, say you drew on eyeliner and you're trying to clean that up, these are great because they come to a point. Hopefully you can see that there, how they come pointy. And that's how I would clean my lashes, is I would use this. It's also great to take your makeup remover. I would get this wet and like really, thank you. I've lived everywhere and I'm just never getting rid of this accent. This is Danville, Virginia coming out right now. I'm so glad, Lori. I'm so glad you love them. But my best way of getting off like liquid liner, that magnetic liner, is to wet this, get down in my lash line, and like really, really clean it off there. That works really well for me. And these are not much. I want to say I got a 200 pack for maybe like $5 or $6. So something I'd recommend if you don't like the typical Q-tip. These have a whole bunch of uses, a whole lot of uses. All right, so we talked about micellar lotion and the uses of that. Talked a little bit about the new Leave It conditioning spray that you spray in. I've got that on my hair. It's doing its thing right now. Some other packaging that comes with the new packages that you can put in your compost, that you can recycle. What do you use to clean? That's what I was just chatting about a little bit. This is the micellar lotion. You want to find something, you might have something at home already, but you want something, Faye, that is oil-free. You don't want oil to be in it because that's going to break those lashes down. So actually, let me show you. That might be helpful if I show you how I clean them. So let me just grab a pair over here. These are ones I wear a lot, so it probably wouldn't hurt to clean them again, right? So this is the Believer style right there. And my tissues, oh, I took tissues in the other room, dang. So usually I would have a tissue and just lay it down, but we'll just go with it. So what I would do is just imagine this is laying on a tissue. I would lay it down on my table, take this micellar lotion, and take this and just, let me lay it down so I have a hand. And I'll just squirt like one little squirt on there, just get it damp on the end. And then I'm going to take this while it's laying on my tissue, and just each little magnet, there's 5 magnets, I would clean each one of them like that and just run it along there. Let it dry, and then once it dries, I would click it back into this little box here. When mine it hopped right on there, like I didn't even have to guide it. So keep them stored in here. That's going to keep their shape nice. But yeah, that's how I clean those. So as soon as I take it off, I just lay it down on a tissue, take the micellar lotion. Any oil-free cleanser would do though. I can't think of any others off the top of my head. This is the one I always use. Good morning. I want your recipes and daily routine for your new body look. When I grow, you're so silly. When you grow up, you want to look like me. Tips on lashes, trimming to fit eyes. Cheryl did a famous job with skincare. So yes, Cheryl did so awesome with skincare yesterday. Thank you, Cheryl, for that. Okay, so trimming lashes, that's a great question too, Catherine. Thank you for asking that. So every pair that I've got all 6 of them now. I've collected them over a few months. A little perk with being an ambassador is we get Acti Cash, and so I've been investing some of my Acti Cash as I get it to be able to build up and get all these. 1, I wanted them because I think they're fun, but 2, I want to be able to show y'all the styles, show y'all what they look like, how to wear them or whatever. And so with every style that has came, y'all can tell, like, I don't have super big eyes. I've got a small face. I'm kind of just a more petite person. I mean, I'm 5 foot, barely 5'2". I've got like a little face, little ears, little eyes. The only thing not little on me is like my butt and my gut. Butt and gut, they're not little. But anyway, I've had to trim all of these to fit. So what I would do, obviously these have already been trimmed, but how you would want to check and see if they need to be trimmed, when you pull these things out, you want to turn it like they would go on your eyes. I hope that makes sense. But like if they're looking at you, like the lashes are looking at you, that's not the way you would put them on, right? So flip the box when you open it for the first time, and that's the way you want to put them on. So this would be my left, and this would be my right. It's probably going to be flipped because I'm doing a video, but put it like, turn them like you would actually put them on. All right, and so then we'll peel them off of the magnet. You don't want to pull them off with that little clippy thing. Like, don't take this and pull it out of there. You're going to rip lashes out, okay? This is just used to put them on, okay? I actually half the time don't even use this. I just use my fingers, to be honest. But so here we go. I've got it off. And then you're going to want to start on the inside. I have no liner or anything on yet. Start on the inside and just rest it on your eyelid and see if it fits, okay? So if you put this on and you start here on the inside and then you've got a ton still hanging off over here, that's your clue that you need to trim them a little bit, right? You want to start inside out, because if you do the other direction, say you line it up there and come in, you're gonna be all poking inside of your eye. You also don't want to trim the inside of it because the inner corner is a little more sparse and short to account for, you don't want it poking you in your tear duct area, right? So don't trim it from the inner corner, trim it from the outside. So that's why it's important to kind of flip that box, right? Hey Jill, how are you? So anyway, line it up on your eye, inner corner, come over, and you can see like these are already trimmed off for me. They fit my lid perfectly. But if you had a little bit that you needed to go off, and this is not, you're not gonna be able to see this very good on the camera, but there's 5 teeny tiny little magnets across there. You want to start there on the edge, and you can use scissors. I'll tell you what I used was nail clippers, because I felt like it got a really nice clean edge, and it just, the magnets kind of stuck to it, and I just chomped down and it got that extra piece off. And mine, I went almost all the way to the end of the first magnet. I didn't want to cut the whole magnet off because then you'll have floppy. You won't have anything to, for the magnet liner to stick to. So I went almost to the very end of that first one, and that worked well for me. So that is how I would recommend trimming those for you. And then what else did you say? I want your recipes and daily routine for you. So, Catherine, this is, y'all, I haven't known a lot of y'all 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, let me set the scene. I just shared a picture earlier where it was me at 33, and then today I'm obviously 43. It's 10 years later. So 10 years ago, Jason, my husband, was still active duty Marines, and he had left in January for a 13-month deployment to Afghanistan. We had moved to North Carolina from Michigan. We were up in Michigan. Jason was on recruiting duty, and that's where we had our first child, Easton. We had moved to North Carolina the year prior, so we hadn't been in our new house for a year yet. And after I had Easton, I already was overweight, but when I got to North Carolina, new place, new mom, new, everything was new. I just I was not doing good. I was eating, I kid you not, like at night, not the snack bags, but I would sometimes sit and eat those like bigger bags that you're supposed to share with people of M&Ms, just like as a snack, which is horrible. Like, I can't believe I did that. But I wasn't, you know, I wasn't in a good place mentally. I wasn't feeling well. I think in hindsight, I might have dealt with some like postpartum, but we were so busy. Like we moved from Michigan to North Carolina when Easton was 3 weeks old. So it's not like I had a lot of time to process anything. And then almost as soon as we got there, Jason left for several months to do his like workup training for the deployment that he left for. So anyway, trying to get y'all caught up to where that picture was that I shared. So Jason had already been gone for about a month of a 13-month deployment. I was at an all-time high, other than being pregnant. When I was pregnant, I weighed more, but I think I weighed in that picture probably 188, 190 pounds. And again, I'm 5'2", so that's extremely over, that's obese for someone my height. And I was tired. I couldn't walk the steps in our house without getting winded. Easton was starting to be mobile and I would get winded like running around after him. I was just in bad shape. And I had a dear friend that she didn't have near as far to go, but she wanted to lose some weight too. And we signed up at the gym together and we just decided that we were going to make a change. And so in the upcoming weeks, when I see my memories on Facebook, I should start seeing those. And I remember going to the gym for the first time and I was mortified because I just felt so big and huge. But I was like, you know what? I don't need to worry about what people think of me. I need to worry about being healthy for my son, you know, being here for him, because I wasn't going to be able to keep up. So that's kind of where I was 10 years ago. And I've had ups and downs since then, you know, some weight, and it usually tends to happen around like really crazy times in life, always with a move for us, it seems. So when I first moved to Florida, I'd almost gotten, not quite as bad, but I'd gotten back pretty bad. And that's when I found out that I had some liver problems. My father has had a liver transplant, so it's kind of a genetic thing in my family to look out for. And so I had to make some drastic changes, and my doctor put me on keto. And so that doesn't work for everybody. I know everyone has different ways, but I've done it different ways. You know, I've done the like kill myself in the gym and count calories way, and I lost weight. And then I've done this keto way, and for me personally, keto just works better for my body. It works for my dad, it works for my mom, so like genetically, I think that's just a fit for us. So I have a page called Keto Keely where I share a lot of the meals and such that I serve for my family. Pretty much every meal I've tried is on there, so, and it's categorized as you know, broken down breakfasts and quick dinners and side items, desserts. So any meals that I eat are listed there, so I can link that below for anyone that just might want something fresh. Sometimes we get in a rut. But yeah, that's kind of what I've done, Catherine, is just stuck with that since I started December 2019. Oh, that's good, Faye. My parents have been doing it several years, and it's worked really well for them, and it's worked for me. And I mean, it's not like every day is an easy one and that you're eating perfectly I mean, I fall off the wagon sometimes, and then I just have to get back on. We do at Acti have a couple of keto products that I have tried and I'm a fan of. I won't ever recommend anything to you ladies that I have not personally tried myself. So if I tell you that something's pretty cool, I can't guarantee it'll work for you, but I can tell you that I've tried it and I like it. Okay, so I've tried the Keto Caps, which is just like a caplet that you take each day that helps you stay in ketosis, especially if you get outside of that 20 net carbs. Say you're creeping up into the 50 or so range, it's going to help you stay in that range. Or if you have a fall off the wagon day, it'll get you back into ketosis quicker. So it's got like the MCT and all the good things in it that you can eat food if you need a jump start. It can help you there. The no carbs keeps my inner. Oh wow, Faye, there's a lot of ways it helps, huh? So for me, it reversed my liver damage. So I went from having fatty liver, there's like levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and so I was like, you don't want to be a 4 because that means you've got like probably liver cancer and you need it out or transplant or some removed or whatever. And so I was like 2 hovering at 3, so it was pretty bad. And then in 6 months time I was back where I hardly had any damage showing. So it can do some really good stuff. That's amazing. I'd never heard about helping with brain tumors though. That makes me happy for you. But yeah, so that's how I live life. I have not exercised regularly since our quarantine situation started last year. I was doing like a adult tap class, and I was going a couple days a week to a bar fit class. I grew up dancing, and so anything dance related is my preferred. Since, the lockdown, a lot of still operating. Now I also have my kids with me all the time, so I don't have any childcare for them. So I would usually go for the bar fit class in the daytime while they were at school. Well, they don't have childcare at the bar fit, even though they've opened back up. And then with my tap class, they're not having it anymore. They stopped doing it. So I have exercised very regularly in almost a year, which is not good. I don't recommend, but I've managed to keep my weight under control with the keto lifestyle. So that lets me know that your weight and your health is 80-90% what you put in your mouth. So if you just get that under control, find what works for you. I mean, I have tried, y'all, everything. I've tried limiting calories, low fat diets. That did not work for me. It just made me crave more sugar. I had to get sugar out of my system, and so I don't eat sugar hardly at all. I will have healthy carbs every now and then, like I'll have some corn or potatoes or whatever. Sugar, I really try to avoid that. So it's just finding what you work. Sugar is the devil. When I come of sugar, for whatever reason, like I did it right before Christmas. So it was not this last year, but the year before. And you got all the sweet treats for the holidays. But I went to that doctor appointment, and she told me I was following in my dad's footsteps. And if I kept going the way I was going, I'd need a liver transplant in 5 years. And I'm like, I start doing the math. I'm like, oh my gosh, my kids would be like 15 and 12. That's not going to work. And so my dad, he was much older. All three of us, he's got me and my two brothers, we were out of the house. Not that anyone ever wants to go through a transplant ever, but when you've got little kids, it's just like, how am I going to pull this off? How am I going to be laid up for months healing? It's not going to work, right? We don't have family nearby. Anyway, so it's like the wheels started turning, and I was freaking out and knew that was going to work for me and my family. So yeah, I started. There was a week where I did not like myself at all. I was not nice. I was irritable. I was short-tempered. I'm not an early bed person, but I was going to bed at like 8:30 at night just so I didn't have to deal with myself. Like that's how bad. I was going through a detox. It was like a legit detox of my system to get all that sugar out. And then one morning, it was about a week later, I woke up and it was like some kind of fog had lifted. It's very hard to explain. It sounds like I'm just making stuff up, but it's like, okay. Like here we go. And then in that first week, I lost almost 8 pounds. I have never lost that much in my life. Again, I'm short, 2 pounds in a week for me is like, what? So yeah, almost 8 pounds was gone within that first week. And that blew my mind. I'm like, we might be onto something here. So again, I would talk with doctor, but I don't think anyone, unless you're diabetic, and you have to have some levels of sugar to keep you balanced, I can't think of any situation where limiting or cutting out sugar would be harmful. It's a bad thing. It's very addictive. And I've got other habits, like I pick at my nails and bite them, and sometimes fall off the wagon, eating wise. And we all have those things, but I now know it works for me, and it's not as hard to get back on track if I have those moments where I fall off. So that's that. I didn't even talk so much about keto today, but we have the caplets, and we have a keto coffee. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go caplets just because it's quick. I have other coffees that I really, really like. So the keto coffee that we have, I like the flavor. It's very strong, so if you're not a strong coffee fan, you might not like it. And it's instant, so I got me a little frother to mix it up, so it's kind of like blendy, and not just mixed with a spoon. I don't feel like that does the job. But so I got this little like $10 travel frother, and I'll mix that up and have it sometimes. But more often than not, I would grab the caplets over the coffee, just because that fits my life better. But we do have those two items. I've tried them both. They're both amazing. They both give me like a little burst of energy too. I feel more full when I have them because of like the MCT and such in them. So yeah, I can definitely recommend those if you're looking for an aid or something to boost you. You are what you eat, that's right. All right, so how long have we been on here? I didn't want to go over 30 minutes because I know that watching any kind of replay can be like, you know, if you see it's real long, nobody's going to watch that. So I wanted it to be something people would jump on. I had no plan. I didn't know really like how this was going to go. So I appreciate you coming on and asking questions, because teaching others is like truly a passion of mine, whether it be, not that I have all the answers. I like to just learn with people, you know, like we're all new to Acti Labs. I've been, what now, August, September, October, November, December, January. Oh, look at me at like 6 months. What? I'm like an old timer now. But we're all kind of learning this as we go. And so if you bring questions to us that we don't know the answers to, we're going to go find them out. And then in turn, you're helping us. You're helping us learn and grow and be able to better assist you all, you know, with our business and with the products that we have. So I can help you, Faye. I'll send you the link. There's also, if you go on the site and look under the Life tab, there's some hidden bargains there. I don't know why they're not like more, because they're crazy. Actually, let me give you an example. Hold on. I'm going to pull up the site so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I got my computer over here, so let's scooch over. Oh! I'm just going to move y'all over here so you can still see me while I'm turned. But yeah, so on the site, if you go to shop and then life, okay, there are under there little bundles of things that are really, really good deals. So let's say, for example, that you want to try the Keto Caps. The Keto Caps by themselves, I want to say they're around $30, $32, somewhere in there. But there's a bundle on the site with the Keto Caps and the Detox Tea for $35. So it's like $3 more and you get a whole extra product to try. Let me see if there's any other bundles with that. So that's the only bundle with the Keto Caps. But like with the coffee, there's one that comes with the Mind and Body Cordial, the life drinks that we have. There's one with, Silhouette Caps. So Silhouette Caps, I've personally not tried these, but I've heard some others that really like them. So if you have a meal that's like super fatty and you're not living the keto life, the Silhouette Caps can help kind of bind some of that fat so it's not sticking to you. It's going to bind to the cap instead of your hips. So that's cool. Let's see what else. This is the one that I like, the Keto Coffee with the night tab. So if you wanted a natural supplement to help you sleep better at night, there's the day and night bundle for $40. You also can get Keto Coffee, a 28-day supply for a discount. So look under that Life tab before you were to buy anything, because there's a lot of bundles there that might be something you'd be interested in. And you add just a couple of dollars and you're trying a whole new product. But Faye, when we get up, I'll send you the direct link to a couple of the Keto Cap things so you can decide which would be best. Any other questions that y'all have? Anything I could help with? This is fun. I didn't know if anybody would be available, so I'm glad that y'all were here. Anything? You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, well, I'm going to leave us with a verse that I had pulled up earlier and was reading. This one is 2 Timothy 1:7, and the verse is, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." And so self-discipline just makes me think of when we're going on a health venture, when we're building a business, going to school to get a degree, got a project at home that you want to tackle that just seems big and overwhelming. I know everything happening in my life right now, whether it be homeschooling my kids, building a new business, trying to stay healthy, staying connected to God, like all of these things, they take stamina, they take self-discipline. You know, you have to, some days it's not easy to make good choices and show up and do the right things, right? Sometimes it's easier to just be lazy and eat the bag of chips, or let your time with God just kind of go. You'll fit it in when you can. But this verse just reminded me of, like, the self-discipline that he puts in us. He doesn't make us weak and timid and shy and lazy. He makes us strong. So I want to leave y'all with that verse, and I want to thank everyone for spending time with me today. For those that might catch the replay, feel free to drop any questions that you have below. I'll keep an eye on this thread and will gladly answer any questions that pop up. And we love you, ladies, and we appreciate y'all. I hope you have a great